Historically, we have always been spending at least 15% of our revenue back into network, because the large majority of our investment is network.
Yeah.
Okay. The guidance is that we will definitely continue with 13, 14, 15 around that area, the range in terms of capex investment. We need to build more data network. Okay. We can't tap into, telling you the great opportunity about mobile internet and the revenues are going to double, triple if we don't build a network. We further expand the network. So there's a lot of investment in building the mobile data network, 4G everywhere. There's a lot of investment also that will go into the fiber, okay, putting fiber in the ground. And then we also have another license obligation that requires us to cover the entire Uganda, 90% land mass coverage, not just population coverage, land mass coverage.
Yeah.
We are today at about 70%, so we still have a gap to close. So that alone, we're looking at $1 trillion Uganda shilling of investment over the next 3 years. Okay, that's about, to put it in dollars, that's about $280 million, something like that, of investment in the network in the next 3 years, so that you can tap into the revenue growth. The investment of today is the revenue growth of tomorrow. The day a telco stops investing is the day it stops growing.
Yeah.
It takes money to make money. In our industry, when it comes to building network, that is your foundation and your guarantee almost as an investor that there's going to be growth, because you're investing for growth constantly. Mm-hmm. The day you stop is the day you'll start, stagnating, and you will no longer see growth. So we are embarked on a very ambitious investment plan. Basically, we are accelerating, because what we originally were planning to do was a 4-year plan. That $280 million was for a 4-year plan. Yeah. We are now compressing it into a 3-year plan, because we want to, accelerate the revenue growth, so we have to accelerate the investment plan.
Sure.
And then we will be able to deliver on that ambitious revenue, top line and bottom line growth. I think the industry also evolved. You're talking about 12 or 13 years ago.
Yeah.
There's no pen and paper. What we are doing, everything is digital, everything is electronic. Mm-hmm. I wasn't there 13 years ago, so I can't really compare. But when I hear the receiving banks and our brokers talk, we were still very much in pen and paper. And there was, massive oversubscription. I think it was like 4 or 5 times oversubscribed. So they had a big challenge at hand. Being digital and like the whole onboarding process from your phone. Any refunds, for example, that we will have to do, people buying the shares using their phone, we will also refund them on their phone, free of charge.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not worried about handling the volumes that we are looking at and we're hoping for because of going digital. Going digital, so many problems that probably in the older days, pen and paper were a real challenge. I don't see it as a challenge at all.
Okay.
The way we have digitized everything, I think it should be very easy, including the possible refunds. The MTN group has a presence in Uganda, in Kenya. Sorry, of course, in Uganda, but also in Kenya. We have a presence here. Yeah. It's an ISP, so we have an MTN business unit. It's Sure. ISP, offering some fiber services to corporates and some transit. But MTN Uganda is in Uganda, it's our country we're working in. As MTN Uganda, we are not venturing, in other countries. Yeah. That is the MTN group. Yeah. If they want to enter Kenya, it will be, from out of South Africa. Mm-hmm. For us, we are in Uganda. We will stay in Uganda. We'll develop Uganda. The focus for us is the Uganda jurisdiction, the Uganda market. Any other plans, you'll have to ask my boss in South Africa.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the Trading Bell Show. And I'd like you to just close off with a parting shot to investors. What do you say to them?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. And I would really want to say that Uganda is a great destination for investment. MTN Uganda in particular is going to get continuous growth mobile data, fixed data, mobile money.
Yeah.
And if I can maybe, just make a small comparison, we're not the size of Safaricom, but we are a very similar business. At a smaller size, for sure, and we're probably 2-3 years behind in terms of the growth opportunity. So I think it's a no-brainer to see how our company is going to evolve, knowing what the big brother on the other side have evolved into over the last few years. We are on similar kind of markets with similar kind of industry, so the growth paths should also be very similar.